everybody, and welcome back to the Sort of Truth podcast, the chapter-by-chapter reread of the Sort of Truth series with a camaraderie-filled craft brew on the side. I'm Jade, and I'm here with Nate.
Hello.
And today we are not absorbing any lessons in chapter 38 of Soul of the Fire.
So you're saying I don't have to remember any of this?
No, apparently not.
Oh, just fucking watch and see.
Apparently, you can go to penance assembly every week and not take in any of that. And you can also have a very long conversation with a woman that has to deal with some very personal trauma and things that happened to her. And then you can go out the next day and just do that same thing.
What? I wasn't even listening.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's today's moment of truth. So yeah, we're going to get into this chapter here. It's going to be great. Real quick, do you want to give us a little recap?
Yeah. So last chapter, Hildy had an intimate moment with Dalt, and then she ordered the murder of Claudine.
Oh, no big deal.
Yeah.
Just like a casual day in the office.
Real cash.
It's kind of what happens on a Friday in my office, you know? People just stroll into my office and
just ask you to murder people.
Yeah, no big deal.
Hey, look, and I hate to be a bother, but could you get it done by Monday? I know I'm asking you to work the weekend,
there's the
but
rub, you know?
I really need them dead in like the next 2 days.
And see, that's where you have boundaries, you know? Like, I'm going to do the work for you, but I only get paid until 4.
Just during the actual week.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, your murders have to be taking place Monday to Friday.
Like, you know this. You know my hours. They're posted.
You knew that coming in here, motherfucker.
They're posted.
You don't ask me to work Saturday. What's your problem, man?
You're going to have to call somebody else. I'm sorry. This chapter, we are back with Fitch in his old scullion clothes, though.
Oh.
He's not walking around in his fancy attire this time. But that's what's needed for this. The group of messengers with him also are dressed in their clothes from their old lives.
Not trying to attract attention with the business attire.
Just like what we were talking about, I believe on the last one, where we were like, I don't wear, my work stuff to church, for instance. Not
Exactly.
that we go, but I will wear it to the bar, though.
Well, and we did talk, we'll wear it to the bar. But last time we did talk about how, like, we know Dalton has to take care of this murder, and he was mentioning how he already knew who was going to do it, who was going to take the fall for it. Obviously, that's his messenger guys.
Looks like it.
It looks like Fitch is heading this one up because he's the new guy.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Dalt trusts him. He's
Right.
so trusted. So it's good. There's music from an inn down the road that is playing the soundtrack of the evening.
The music, every time Fitch is about to do some shit, he is tuned into the music.
There's a weird thing with Fitch and music, for sure.
Which I honestly get, but
Yeah.
at the same time, it feels like this isn't a blame the music situation, okay? That's not what this is.
Yeah. But the idea that they're not wearing their outfits is so that no one's going to recognize them. They're just looking like any other redheaded Haken in rags that's
Right.
running around town, which there's always Hakens running around town. They're looking for work. They're drinking. They're trying to rob people. Usually the latter is caught and killed because they don't fuck around with that shit in Anderith.
Fuck around with that Nanderith.
They don't fuck around with that shit down here in Anderith. You know
Come
what
into
I'm
my
talking
town
about?
and have red hair.
Them's the stole snatchers. We know that.
That's right. They ain't got no souls.
Morley is with Fitch, but even though he's not a messenger, Dalt requested Morley specifically. He's got some good muscles on the boy.
Well, and we know that Fitch got this position with Dalt, and Morley didn't. And Fitch initially was just like, what about Morley? And he went, well, we'll see. So not only is Fitch like, hell yeah, I'm getting in good with these guys. I'm mixing it up with the messengers, but I'm going to get my best friend in on this action too. Get him paid, get him cleaned up, get him a nice fancy uniform. Fitch loves all of this.
That's the goal. And for Morley, even though he's upset about not being a messenger, doing odd jobs like this is enough to keep that hope burning in the back of his mind. Like, hey, I got my shoe in the door already.
Yeah, guy needed something done and he called me. So it's probably just a matter of time.
Plus, what else are you going to do? You know, like, this is the only chance otherwise you're just going to keep working in the kitchen until you die. So might as well keep doing those odd jobs.
You got to get paid. You got to eat.
Yeah. Fitch likes the other messengers enough. Like, they're all right. But having Morley along makes things better. Having your bestie riding shotgun is always better.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. When you got your crew, you're fucking untouchable.
Yeah. Can't fuck with us today. Getting drunk with someone, this is like a direct quote, getting drunk with someone for years creates a strong bond. Like this podcast.
Fuck yeah.
Like what we've been doing together this whole goddamn time, which is so funny because I feel like Terry really doesn't like drinking at all. He's not into it, but he puts stuff like that in here because he knows.
I think when you're drunk, your emotions swell a bit. And whenever that happens around other people and other people are having that happen to them, yeah, there's a bit of a camaraderie there.
Yeah.
But also, it's not like actual loyal bond either. It's just, yeah, I like those guys a bunch.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean you're besties, though. Like all your bar friends, the people you see when you go out, those aren't your crew. Those are just others at the bar.
No, but if you go out with your crew and you get real drunk, sometimes you end up crying because you love them all so much.
Yeah, no, that's never happened. Not 3 or 4 times at least.
Just sobbing about how much you love your friends.
Just know that happens we to all people, love right? You too, Jade.
That happens to normal people. So this is personal for Morley and Fitch. Beyond just not wanting to let Dalt down, but also they already dealt with Claudine once. So this is kind of like their baby. Like they started a project, and obviously the project that they thought was done wasn't done, so they gotta fucking see it to the end. And I just think that there's something about, even if it's a job you don't want to do, right? There's some type of like pride. Like, even if I don't want to do this, I know what this was like the first time. You don't know it like I know it. So sometimes you don't want to pass off those shittier jobs anyways, because you're like, I don't want you to fuck it up. I know how to do it. You're dumb. Let me do it.
Well, that may be just like his matter of pride. Like you were saying, This is our project. We're going to finish it. No. You don't get to come in and steal the glory. This is my thing that I want to say that I did.
Yeah.
And then later, eventually, I'm assuming he goes to court. And then you're like, later that I want to say that I did. Is that what you said? And you're like, no. Because then you're going away for murder.
Yeah. So the group of guys take note. Claudine is down the way with a man just like Dalt said she was going to be. Rowley shows up, gives the man a message. Then the guy turns, talks to Claudine, and they end up saying goodbye and parting ways.
So now she's alone.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And it seems like she's coming back towards the estate, towards where these guys are hiding in a wheat field, just down the way. Just by herself, because it's just a short walk. It's fine.
That's like an hour walk.
Yeah. But it's like a nice night.
An hour-long walk in the middle of the night out here in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Pass.
Well, she seemed to think so. So, it's all right. It'll be fine, right?
No. No.
Dalt had sent the message with Rowley, and after it was delivered, he just up and disappears. He's usually the messenger in charge of everybody else, and Fitch could almost believe he was an Ander if he closes his eyes, except he's like super kind, unlike most Anders. The way that he holds himself, like the confidence that he has, is of the bearing of an Ander, not what Fitch thinks of as a Haken.
Oh, okay.
The only difference between him and a normal Ander is that he's a nice person, which is funny considering that Fitch consistently thinks only Hakens are bad.
Right.
But Rowley being kind is different than most Anders. So that's interesting.
Well, it kind of goes along with what Franca told him about how you don't have to be a Haken to be bad.
Right.
Right. She's implying you can be a bad Ander and kind of left unsaid, that doesn't automatically make you bad if you're a Haken.
Right.
But that's kind of for Fitch to figure out. Here's a Haken that now he's looking up to in a way and going, but this is acceptable, but then those Anders aren't.
Right.
And it's just being teased at his periphery right now, but it's there.
You really wish that you knew that he was absorbing it. You know what I mean? Because, man, as we keep going through this chapter, you're going to see.
Hey.
Doesn't seem like he is.
Yeah, spoiler alert. I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. Claudine did walk towards the estate like we were talking about. She could have waited for a carriage, but she probably figured that she could get one on the way. Like, just like I think that a lot of times. If I'm wasting time standing here waiting, I could get halfway to where I'm going by the time one even shows up. Why the fuck am I doing this?
I could be doing something in the meantime instead of just sitting here and hoping one comes along. I'm going to have to get there either way. I'm going to start walking. And then if one comes along, I will take the ride the rest of the way.
Yeah, I'm going to be productive. There was a couple times when I wasn't driving and I worked up at Walgreens right down the road here. And I would get out of work and text you or you wouldn't be there right away. And I'd be, all right, well, I'm heading home and you'll probably find me on the way, but if you don't, I might beat you home because it's just right around the fucking corner.
Yeah, it was very close.
Yeah.
I had to look between the buildings, but I couldn't do that too focused because I was driving.
Yeah, because you might die.
So.
Yeah. Now we have trackers that would just tell you right where I am.
Yeah, we don't even have to fuck around like that anymore. I could just hit a button and drive right to you.
Yeah.
It's pretty dope.
Yeah. Oh, Rowley, though, is ensuring that she's not going to find a carriage on the way home.
Yeah, that carriage isn't coming.
No one's going to see her between the buildings or between the wheat, you know?
So what's he doing? Like blocking the carriages coming that way?
He's running over to one and giving them a message and saying, you guys have to go deliver such and such. Or,
I gotcha.
You know, he's coming up with an excuse for something else they need to be doing.
Here's a 20. Fuck off for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
Music pumping in Fitch's veins. Again. He waits and watches.
That's the one that gets you pumped up?
Yeah.
You know, something intense like that.
Yeah.
What music do you listen to when you murder? No, I get it. I was thinking like heavy metal myself, but yeah, yours looks good too.
No, you gotta have something that's gonna keep you upbeat, keep your
Peppy, keep you moving.
Woo, woo, woo. You know, a negativity in your brain when you're doing that. You want all the
really
optimism.
want to have a positive murder
right,
experience.
you want to have a positive outlook on the whole situation, or it's gonna go real bad. You know what I mean? And you know what makes me have a positive outlook on the rest of this podcast today?
What's that, JD?
A beer. So I think we need to take a little bitty beer break right now, and we'll be back right after this. Hey, Nate, what are we drinking today?
Today we are drinking the Poet from New Holland Brewing. Not new whatever the last one was, because now we got the pack that we intended to get from the people that brought it to our house. Anyway, it was a whole thing. Oatmeal Stout. Yeah, that was the entire name.
It's Poet.
The Poet, Oatmeal Stout. Yeah, from New Holland Brewing. This one clocks in at 5.8%. Oats bring a creaminess and a soft mouthfeel to the roast malt character in our classic oatmeal stout. The Poet is a perfect representation of balance and one of America's leading oatmeal stouts. I will attest to this. This is a great beer. This is one of the staple stouts of the year.
Yeah, it's solid. It goes down real easy. It's not too heavy either for a stout, because they can be a little bit sometimes.
Yeah.
Heavy as far as the way it feels and the way that it makes you drunk. Like, as far as, like, high percentage.
Yeah.
But, nope, this one's a pretty solid one. You could drink a couple of them and be just fine.
I remember going to the Knickerbocker and having this and drinking it all night and thinking that was wonderful. Didn't even have a hangover the next day. So all the spices in the stout, they don't fuck with you.
It's because of the creaminess.
Because of the creaminess. The creaminess velvet words.
Yeah,
falling from my ever loud mouth.
Soft mouth feels.
Oh, okay. What would you rate this?
8 windmills.
8 windmills. Wow. Okay. I'm a little lower than you. I'm going to go 7.
7?
I'm going to go 7. Because for me, sweeter is better. And this one isn't overly sweet. So it's like, it's the perfect thing for what I think it is. The flavor could be a little better. A little better.
I hear what you're saying.
But I'm definitely not upset by being handed one of these.
I like sweet things, you know this. But I also think when it comes to a beer that I'm going to be drinking a lot of, I don't like it to be too sweet. So I can keep putting it down.
Yeah, that's true.
But I'm going to go ahead and put this one down, and we'll be back just like 2 seconds. And we're back. So we were talking about the music pumping through Fitch's brain. Veins.
I'm sorry.
Whatever. All the things.
You know.
Ba-da-da, ba-da-da.
Ooh, I like that one.
Da-da, or whatever. Actually, it's a song about a guy chasing a girl he loves around a well, catching her, holding her down, and asking her to wed, and then running away from her, and then the girl chasing him. Real healthy dynamics. I feel like we're missing some context also there, but we aren't
Why
going
is
to get
there
into
a song about this?
we aren't going to get into it right now because I feel like there's lots of problematic parts in this song probably. Anyways, Claudine is not feeling super sure about herself anymore. As she walks, the town is fading behind her with all of its lights and noises, and it gets a little creepy out there on the road when it's just you in the moonlight, you know?
Yeah, I mean, it really kind of illuminates the fact that you're out there alone.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Thank you.
Fitch is getting nervous and wishes that he wasn't there, about to do what he's about to do. Nothing's ever going to be the same again after tonight.
No.
He doesn't know if he actually is going to have the nerve to do this, but he doesn't want to let anybody down. And Dalt specifically wanted him to be the point man on this fucking mission.
Yeah, you're the guy. Look, they are support. You're the guy here to do the thing. This is kind of like, I believe, gang memberships, right? You either get the shit kicked out of you or like almost murdered yourself, or you've got to murder other people for the gang or however it goes. But like, this is true initiation. You know what I mean? To Fitch.
Well,
this is necessary for my survival in this group. So this is happening no matter how bad it is.
Yeah, Dalt wants him to be part of the team, and he wants him to know what happens when people don't keep their promises, which sounds not like, even on its face, it sounds like a threat, honestly. But okay. Despite this, Fitch wished Claudine would just turn around and run the other direction. She doesn't need to do this. If she doesn't come here, then it's not going to be my fault that it doesn't happen.
Yeah, she got away. What can I say? I was totally ready to do the thing, but the opportunity never presented itself. There's nothing I could do.
Right. Seemed so simple earlier in the daylight in Dalt's office, but now, here in the dark, terror is bubbling all the way up. Setting his jaw, though, he decides he can't let anybody down. This is his new life. He's not going to go back to the shitty one as a scullion, being called Fetch every fucking day. So he's got to nut up and just do what he's got to do.
You got to go out and earn the money they're giving you now. And if this is what that is, well, this is what that is then.
Yeah. Suddenly, Morley springs into action. Fitch follows suit immediately without thinking, because that's my friend. He's going, I'm going. We're doing it. The two of them struggle with her for a little while, all elbows and knees, until Fitch gets a cord around her wrists and Morley gets a gag in her mouth. Nobody's helping them, by the way. Just the two of them doing this.
Yeah, they have to do all the work. Again, the other guys are there for support.
Yeah.
And like, maybe just in case they fuck up and Claudine starts to get away, one of them can step in. But until that happens, we're just here to make sure you do the thing.
Yeah. They do end up helping haul her further down the road and then get off the road into the wheat. They go over a little swell so that they aren't seen immediately by anybody who does happen to go down the road. Fitch starts panting, mainly at the thought of what's about to fucking happen. This isn't the end. It's just going to get worse.
Well, and this
Spoiler.
isn't a game. We're here to do the thing, and right now it's time to do the thing.
Morley pulls her to her feet. Fitch starts to berate her about running her mouth about the minister, even after he was fucking warning her, after she fucking knew that she should keep her mouth shut.
They told her to keep her mouth shut, and apparently, according to Lady Chanbor,
According to Dalt, at least.
she didn't.
She does shake her head and deny it. with the gag in her mouth. She's like, no. All the other guys are agreeing with Fitch, though. They're like, yeah, man, yeah, you tell her, fuck it, yeah, Fitch. And I just wanted to point out here, in case I didn't make it clear earlier, we just heard from Franca 2 chapters ago about mobs being more willing to do things than individuals. Like, it's something that you would never do on your own. You can be spurred to do in the midst of a mob all wanting to do something really fucking terrible because you just all feed each other. Oh, that's acceptable. Oh, okay. Nobody's fucking beating that guy for doing that terrible thing. I guess I could do a terrible thing. And he did not hear her say that at all, apparently.
Yeah, it's clear that none of those lessons really landed with Fitch. Another lesson that I feel like is important here, especially as far as Dalt is concerned, why are your messengers using Fitch's name out loud while you commit a murder? I mean, you're assuming nobody's there and witnessing you do this because it's a murder and it's a clandestine thing and you don't want it to be known. But also, don't fucking say the guy's name out loud, you fucking jackhole idiot. That dude needs to get fired immediately.
It's interesting that I think multiple people say his name, but nobody else says anybody else's name.
Yeah. Get it, Fitch, for sure, who lives at this specific address in town? Shut the fuck up, man. I'll kill you myself.
Fitch, for some reason, pulls her gag down so that she can speak, and she emphatically says that she hasn't said a damn word since the prior incident. Fitch says, well, Dalt said you did. Are you calling him a fucking liar? And of course, no, I would never say that.
I want to say whatever's going to piss you off the least right now.
Yeah. Obviously, doesn't work. Denying anything is going to piss him off even further at this point. He gave her a fucking chance. Even her calling him sir at this point isn't giving him any joy. The only thing that's bringing him joy in this moment is the guys behind him telling him that he's doing a bang-up job.
Yeah. Attaboy.
When she claims innocence again, he slams his fist into her face, snapping something. Blood starts flowing. It's
something.
It's bad.
Well, it's straight in with all of his strength directly to the face. So you're probably breaking a nose. You break the nose. Your nose just bleeds and bleeds and bleeds. It's fucking awful. So yeah, there's probably a shock of blood that comes out.
It could also be an eye socket or a cheekbone.
Oh.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, there's a lot of breakable stuff back there.
There is.
You really don't want none of it broken.
It's not good.
No.
Morley and the others cheer him on, and he lets go of all of his anger on the Ander woman. She falls to the ground, her jaw unhinges, and she's unrecognizable now.
Jesus.
Pretty fucking quick. That happened really fucking quick.
So her jaw unhinged. Is that?
Her face is fucking broken.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. And then at this point, Fitch disassociates.
Yeah, I'd kind of like to.
Yeah.
Where's that beer?
And the others dive in on her like a pack of dogs. Because one person was bad enough. Now it's multiple guys with their legs and elbows and fists. Disgusted, but also excited, Fitch is kicking right along with the guys. He's doing something important for Dalt, the minister, the future fucking sovereign. This is like big government shit he's doing here.
Yeah, he's working for the man right now.
Yeah, this is important. Part of him, though, is still sickened. Part of him still wants to run crying and wish they had never found her and never done this because you can't go back after this. And it seems like it just doesn't stop.
In those horrible moments, time can last forever. In the back of your head, you're doing something bad like this. I've never done this, just to be extremely clear. But like when you may be up to some nefarious shit and your heart's not in it and your brain is working overtime because of paranoia and consequences and guilt, the clock just stops. It's got to be torture. Like, I can't believe we're really here in a dark alley killing this lady. Or like in a field killing this lady.
Yeah.
What the fuck am I doing?
Well, I think it's worse because you're not just killing her, right? You're not just slitting her throat in a bed like Hildy said.
Yeah.
She didn't want.
You're doing it messy.
Yeah. That's bad.
And as kind of a result of you hesitating, it's going to go on longer.
Yeah.
Because you're not super into it.
Yeah.
Which I guess I'm glad you're not super into it, but really wish you wouldn't be doing it then.
Well, I think that's the thing. I think is the first couple, he definitely was super into it. But then it's not over right after that first burst of adrenaline, right?
Yeah, it's not like you punched her in the stomach the first time and she just falls over dead.
You got to be in this. Eventually, they're all covered in blood, and Fitch ends up feeling a sense of camaraderie with all the boys. It's like a fun little brotherhood. They're all laughing with exhilaration. They're bonding.
It's like our new uniform, you know what I mean? Just streaks of red really bring out the rage in my eyes.
Yeah. They're like pointing out each other's form. It's like, it's great. It's
Man, I really like the angle at which you held that bat. It seems very, very efficient.
You kick so good.
I got to work on my off leg. You know, I don't get the rotation just right. You know, you really got to twist and drive it in.
Yeah, but you got to be careful because you got to prevent injuries, right?
That's right. We're all about safety here.
Right.
Not of her, but us.
But yeah, you don't want to fuck your knee up. That'd be bad. So a carriage is heard. And there is a moment where they all look at each other wide-eyed.
Deer in headlights, that's what it is.
Once it stops, they all run as one for a dunk in the pond to wash off the blood. I think that might be our cue to, like, wash off the terrible feelings from this episode and, shake it off.
There's kind of hope for him in the beginning, and now he's just straight committing murder for corrupt motherfuckers. And it's like, I don't see the way back for this guy.
Well, and it's not just like he's being forced to do it and he's not super happy about it. Because it'd be one thing if we were in his mind and he's like, I really don't want to be doing this, but I have to. But we're in his mind and he's like, I don't want to be doing this, but also
getting
maybe
off
I
on all the attention. Yeah.
So, yeah, things are changing from here. It will not ever go back to the way it was for us and Fitch.
Now Fitch is officially a murderer.
Yeah. So that's today's wizard note. And prophecy, I guess, because he's going to be a murderer from now until the rest of his life.
Yeah, can't take it back.
Well, that's Fitch's truth. And we would love to hear yours. Write to us in your journey books to podcastatt@gmail.com. Or find us on any of our social media.
Glug, glug, glug.
If you'd like to support this podcast or hear some more exclusive content, find us over on patreon.com/podcastatt, where every tier is a happy tier. Thank you all for listening.
We'll see you real soon.
That's all for us, friends. Bye!